Hello everyone and welcome back to Newegg TV. I'm Steve. Today we're going to be interviewing Will from NVIDIA. We're going to be talking to you a lot about this Shield device that you've heard so much about. I know I'm really excited. Will, what would you like to tell me new and brand new?
So yeah, this is Shield. It's no longer a project, right? We brought this out at CES earlier this year, and right. We launched it as Project Shield, something that we're working on, and we've made a lot of progress in the past few months, and it's no longer a project. We're calling it NVIDIA Shield, and I actually brought one of these bad boys right here.
Awesome.
Yeah, got one to show you guys.
Okay.
So basically, you know, we've made a few tweaks since CES. We've taken the project and we've actually changed up the control design so it's even more ergonomic. You know, it's really important that it feels good in the hand. You know,
right.
because it's made for long-term gaming.
Yeah, if I'm going to sit in front of the Shield for 6-7 hours, I want to make sure that my fingers aren't cramping or anything else. I want to make sure the buttons are going to feel right and that they're not going to break over time, anything like that.
Exactly. So we put a lot of work into figuring out, you know, how your hand kind of just sits here as you're holding the sticks or using the buttons here. We've tweaked the D-pad so it's a little more tactile. It's even more responsive. The joysticks are even better. And the triggers a little bit have been kind of tweaked as well. And yeah, so this is it. This is the final design.
Okay.
And you'll notice right here it says Shield at the bottom right there. It's got NVIDIA. I don't know if you can catch that, but nice. I think that's one of the coolest angles on the device.
Yeah, looking straight at you just like this.
Yeah, exactly.
Is this ventilation here actually too? Or?
It is functional. Yeah.
Okay. Nice. Nice. Yeah, I can see. I know it's still pretty hefty. I had one of the later design models that the references you guys had that you're giving out to the press, which was pretty cool. I enjoyed that. But just looking at now, kind of seeing, oh, there's a tag, right? Got to whip that off real quick and.
Yep, the magnetized lid right there.
Nice, and you guys will have other versions of these, I'm assuming, at some
Absolutely,
point.
yeah. So there'll be different designs on them, basically.
Okay.
Pretty cool designs, I think. But yeah, it's real easy. Just pops right on, pops right off, and right back on.
Yeah, magnetized. Yeah, a lot better than the other version I saw before. Kind of like clipped in, and this is so much
right.
more
You know, that was the project phase.
Yeah,
so,
of course.
Yeah, now we got the real thing here.
Awesome, and I see you already have a couple apps already loaded in here too. Is there any apps that it's going to start with? I think Sonic was one of them, and
yeah. So it's coming preloaded. It's an Android device, right? So it runs the stock version of Android. It's Jelly Bean, so that's the latest version of Android. Right. And we're going to load it up with a couple games to get you started, and those are optimized for Tegra 4, which actually is at the heart of Shield. Correct. And those titles are Sonic and Expendables Rearmed.
It's a fairly powerful little chip you got there too.
Yeah, you know, we're really proud of Tegra 4. It is the most powerful mobile chip out there right now, and the fact that it's able to power the kinds of gaming experiences that we're offering here, I think speaks a lot to it. It's a quad-core chip, right? Super powerful, but battery friendly. We've got that 5th battery saver core, so when you're doing less intense tasks like web browsing or email, it'll power down those performance cores and just go to that one battery saver core. Nice. And it makes a big difference when you're talking about battery life. Backing that up, you got 2 gigs of RAM, so plenty of RAM, nice and snappy experience. You got 16 gigs of storage, expandable with that micro SD card slot that you'll see right there.
Right in the back there, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if you're able to pick that up, but
perfect.
Yeah, so that's the micro SD card slot, and we've got a 5-inch. I'll turn the screen back on there. It's a 5-inch HD touchscreen, so exactly you can swipe away at it. You can use your joysticks to swipe as well, or the right joystick actually brings up this cool little cursor mode. If you're web browsing, you got a tiny little link. It makes it real easy to just use this cursor here to get that little link and click on it. So we got a screen. I talked about the screen. As far as the controller, we've got. I spoke about this already, but it's so ergonomic. I think and you mentioned the heft a little bit. I think that kind of adds to the experience. It makes it more comfortable.
Just spinning it around so everybody can take a look at it.
Yep.
Yeah, no, it's definitely very ergonomic. It's very smooth. Definitely, like I said before, it feels heavy. I can feel that tactile click, and although there's a sound effect behind that, if I actually...
You're actually feeling that under your finger, though, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, and that's some of the work we put in to optimize the controls. We want to make sure, it's not just as good, it's better than what's out there. So that's where we're coming from. And, we want to make sure that you're not just playing the game with your eyes. You know, part of the gaming experience is you want to be immersed in that world. You want to hear what's going on, right? So
here.
exactly right there. So we got these integrated stereo bass reflex speakers. They're actually tuned audio port speakers. So what that means is we've put channels inside the body so that the sound reverberates and gets louder, and you can really, you know, like the bass is deeper, you know, and we made sure that it's not distorted, so you can play it real loud and not have to worry about it. You know, I don't know any other mobile device that can get sound externally as loud as this guy can.
I remember seeing the graphic that actually you could see the ports themselves pretty long and for such a small device, just reverberating that bass wave inside and I guess expanding it at a closer distance to your face, right?
Exactly. So it's got all that space to kind of, like you said, expand, and then by the time it comes out of the speakers, you know, you have this full rich sound.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So these tiny little speakers, really, it's kind of deceptive, but it's cool.
Well, more about the control and device itself. I actually want to show you guys the ports here, as you can see.
Right.
Yeah, we've got the what is it, mini HDMI port, right?
Yep, we got the mini HDMI here. We got the micro USB right there. That's a standard headphone jack, right? It's got an inline mic as well. So if you got a headset, you can use that as well. Yeah,
it's more than just a standard. I mean, I even tested it with my iPhone headset, so it works fine with that. And then of course the micro SD.
Micro SD. Yeah. That's actually micro SD XC.
XC. So 64?
It'll take 64 gigs, no problem. I think theoretically it goes up to 2 terabytes.
Oh yeah. Okay, the XC.
Pretty sure those don't exist right now, but yeah, exactly. When they come online, it'll be good to go.
But right now, at the very least, 64 is no problem, no issues. Okay, fantastic. All right, of course you can see the triggers here, 2 triggers, as well as 2 buttons on the back. And on the front, you could already tell we have the 2 joysticks. The audio, what is that, the exit?
You know, that's actually the play button.
Oh, the play button, gotcha. Okay, and then home, take you back to the desktop, go backwards, and Tegra Zone.
That's Tegra Zone. That's our multifunction shield button, basically. So it serves as the power function. It also brings up our Tegra Zone app.
That's right, I can hold it down, right?
You can hold it down, then you get the power options. You can go into airplane mode, stuff like that. Because obviously, if you're taking on a plane, you want to be able to game on the plane, but not waste the Wi-Fi power, right? So that makes it easy. And I don't know if you can pick it up, but this button is backlit. It's illuminated, so that's pretty cool, I thought. I don't know. We got all these lights here,
lights
so
is not
yeah,
help.
exactly.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
so from a hardware standpoint, I think that pretty much wraps it up. We do have a lot of cool stuff that we can do with all these ports and stuff in the back. I think we'll probably get to that in a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so here we have the TV set up now, connected to the Shield, and Will, what is it that we can do with this now that we actually have it up on the TV?
Yeah, so basically, you know, as you can see, what you're seeing on the TV is basically what's on Shield, right? So even if I back out to the home screen, you'll see the home screens right there. But, you know, we were talking about gaming, so as far as gaming is concerned, we'll have Android gaming, which allows you to access the thousands of Android games that are on Google Play already. In addition, you know, we have our Tegra optimized games, and those are the ones we're really proud of, right? We go to the developers straight, work with them straight up one-on-one, and we make sure that, you know, we have all this extra horsepower in Tegra 4 that's not being used. Why don't we help you as a developer take advantage of that stuff? And the way we help them is we help them build in extra features like it could be more enemies per screen. It could be it's usually higher textures. You get better textures. You get real-time dynamic lighting for those shadow effects. None of those pre-canned shadows. Those real shadows, which is a small difference that really makes a big impact on your gaming experience, I think.
So if you have a single point light source, it just shows up and looks perfect. The shadows, you know, everything look gorgeous. I mean, just even looking at this on the monitor right now, it looks amazing. It looks very crisp, very nice. In fact, the icons themselves look worse than the background that's so much better. It's kind of funny. Yeah. Because they're used to, I'm assuming, a much smaller screen.
They are, exactly. Okay. And, you know, and you do have a nice TV here, so that makes it better. But exactly, so it makes for a real immersive experience, and that's what we're going for, you know, with physics effects, ragdoll physics on characters. You got particle effects, you got volumetric smoke effects, water effects. All these little things all add up to a really cohesive experience, I think.
And going back to talking to the developers themselves, I'm sure that you need to tell them, hey, we've also got the controller. We want to make sure that that's properly implemented into your software.
That's right, exactly. So it's plug and play, right? There's no fiddling with setups and configurations and all that. So, for example, we have these 2 games. We have all these games right here. I've loaded a few of these. These are just a small subset of what's available out there. Every Shield will ship with Sonic 4 Episode 2 that you see right there, and Expendables Rearmed.
Okay.
So, why don't we just kind of jump right into it? Let's go into Sonic.
Sure.
Oop, so that's downloading content.
And we can go right back and pick
We'll just go right back and go into Expendables. Why don't we do that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Or we're going to launch Beach Buggy Blitz.
Must have been when you hit that and you actually tapped the screen.
Yeah,
it was moving quicker. You were moving quicker than it was. And
it's too fast for me. It's too fast for me. So, basically, you can see this is a big 3D world, and everything's kind of just being processed on here. What you're seeing is one-to-one.
I did notice that the audio, of course, is coming out of the TV right now as opposed to out of the
Right, because it's HDMI, it'll do HD video and the audio is coming through, so it'll stop playing it on the device. Just hit play. This is going to be real hard to do sideways, but
no, you can definitely turn around.
Yeah, sure. There you go. I'm not the best at this game, but I'm using the joystick. So the normal interface is you're going to be tilting the screen, which can be a fun experience, or you're going to be tapping on the screen with your fingers to steer the device. That's a good experience too. The problem is you're wasting valuable screen real estate with your fingers, right? So you can't see what's back there. You can't, you're obstructing your view a little bit. But the goal of this game is just to kind of go through this 3D world and earn points and collect coins. And we've done some work here to increase textures, increase water flex, splash effects, and some lighting inside the caves. I don't think we have to play it all the way to the cave level.
You're totally fine with that.
But yeah, so that's kind of a quick look. And as you can tell, I'm using the buttons on Shield to control that game, so it makes it a lot more comfortable. And we talked about long-term gaming. It's really important. Holding a tablet like this in your hands for a long time is one thing, but if you're able to kind of wrap your hands around this thing, it makes it a lot more comfortable. Yeah,
I can imagine if I was going anywhere, traveling to a convention or whatever, having something like this would just be so much easier. You just walk into the hotel room and just kind of hang out, not have to worry about taking it wherever I go.
Exactly.
And the battery, I've noticed, is lasting a long time. It's only got a half charge right now, and we barely threw it on the charger to begin with, and it's hanging in there like nothing.
And that was really important that we ensured that it's got long battery life, and it does. It's got a massive battery inside, but we really wanted to. Our goal was to make sure that it'll take you through that cross-country flight, right? So you're going from New York to LA, you should be able to game that whole time.
And so, just guessing, if it's an Android game and we're playing it the whole time of the flight, so we're looking at 3 hours, 4 hours, maybe?
Yeah, so exactly. You get to your hotel room after that flight, and all hotel rooms pretty much nowadays have a flat screen TV with an HDMI input.
They do.
Just bring your cable, plug it right in, and you've got your games on the go. You've got, it'll, by the way, because it's an Android device, it'll do your movies, your TV shows that you downloaded and rented on Google Play. So that's really cool. But getting back to the gaming side, we were talking about gaming. So that's a little sneak peek at how the Android games work. So, you can go in through Tegra Zone, you can go through your apps, your games here and click one of those. Or another way to do the PC streaming beta stuff is to go out here, and as you can see, we got our PC games. We got the little beta flag on there. And what we can do is we can actually connect to that Tiki PC that's over there, and we can stream your PC titles from the desktop straight into Shield with the full graphics settings. That means you get all the textures, all the anti-aliasing, all that good PhysX goodness that you have in there on Shield. And that works through Steam. So it'll just fire up your Steam account and get all your games that way.
Let me actually flip over the monitor here in the background. We can actually show you guys that. So
that's a great idea.
Yeah. All right, now, so this is the actual PC that they brought with them. And what's the specs on this particular PC?
So that is a GeForce GTX powered PC, and it's running a GeForce GTX 680, I believe. And it's Falcon Northwest Tiki PC, custom built for NVIDIA. We got the nice, cool paint job on there.
Yeah, I see that.
Yep, it's got a Core i7 in there. And basically, it's your run-of-the-mill gaming rig, right?
Okay.
To stream to Shield, you're going to need a GTX 650 or higher. That one's got a 680, so your money. You can run these bad boys. I know, these just launched, the 770 and the 780.
Grab a couple of these and bring it over real quick. This is the 770. And
I got the 780, I guess, right? Yep, that's 780 right there.
I'll give you the 780. Why not? I mean,
okay, thanks,
you can
man.
handle all the power. These are both the reference boards. Of course, there's several other options you guys will have at this point, but the 770 and 780, awesome. I should mention that since we are the beta, the streaming PC aspect of the Shield is in beta, but they've actually built into the pipeline H.264 encoding, so that as you're playing the game, your graphics card, the 650 or higher, including these two bad boys, Kepler-based GPUs, they are going to be doing the encoding and streaming it directly back to this device. So that's,
which is right. So you get that one-to-one feel, just like you're playing on here. You get that one-to-one feel with your PC. No lag. You know, it's the same experience, but it's portable.
Yeah, fantastic. Okay.
Great. So yeah, so that's, I don't want to let go of this thing. It's so cool. I just love the sound it makes when you tap on it. The build quality is
phenomenal.
It's sick. So yeah, so you know, we loaded the game up before, so it was running in the background. When I fired it up, you probably noticed that it was still running back there. We just jumped right back into the game, and you know, it's already compatible with the controller. So all I got to do is press the play button. I can either press A, I can press play. I don't know. You can even tap the screen. I'm just gonna press A. That's just what I'm used to.
You have so many different ways of interfacing with the game. It's
yeah, exactly. Yeah. You know, and you know, I'm gonna have to probably just
you can probably turn it. Yeah,
I'll just turn it a little bit. So what you're seeing is the load screen right there, and I'm just gonna use the joysticks to kind of go up and down. I can even use the D-pad to go up and down. So again, multiple ways to do it. Whatever makes you feel more comfortable. I'm just going to. Well, this is your account, right? So I don't want to mess you up.
No. I haven't been playing really at all. If you notice, I'm only a level 10, so don't judge. Don't judge.
Well, this was not his account. This was my account. So
no.
So we'll just we'll continue on. We're in Frostburn Canyon, right? So it's basically, as I mentioned before, what you're gonna see on Shield is one-to-one. There's no lag, right? And what you're seeing is basically this direct display streamed here. So that means you get all the graphics, all the TXAA anti-aliasing, you get the PhysX effects. It's all there, and it's
all wirelessly too. Will, I should add that we've got a router here.
That's right.
Yeah.
Good point.
Yeah.
So yeah, we got the Wi-Fi router, and we're doing that all wirelessly. So you can be anywhere in the house, right? We don't have to be this close to the PC. I could be on the other side,
right,
and pick up my gaming. You know, so it's kind of redefining AFK a little bit.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, so I don't think we have time to go through this whole level, but you know, just kind of show you, you know, I'm using the triggers to fire off. I can zoom in like so, move around, look around, and move. So everything you'd expect from kind of a console controller, but now we're able to do both Android and obviously PC games.
Fantastic.
Beta.
Yeah, beta of course.
Beta.
Sure. Don't miss that. Don't miss
right.
that.
And the way this is working, by the way, is just you know, through Steam. So we weren't able to show it loading through Steam, but it basically just fires up your Steam account. And whatever game you're launching, it'll automatically fire that up as well and go right into the load screen.
Awesome. Okay. Well, I mean, obviously you could take this device, like I said, to your hotel room or wherever you're going to be taking it.
Yep.
Obviously, I'm going to want to watch some movies, so let's fire up some movies and show people what that looks like.
Sure thing. So we're in the game. You know, wherever you are, just one way to do it would be maybe we'll go to the menu and hit save, so you can save your game state.
Sure.
And go to the home. We're not going to worry about that right now. I'm just going to go right to the home screen and Google Play. That's the beauty, man. So it's Android, right? So you got access to your games, your apps, but also movies, TV, books, magazines, right? So
all your content.
All your content. So everything that you already own and everything that you can download. So let's take a look at movies. So you're going through your movies. Let's look at some deals, the new releases, all that good stuff. And when you want to buy it, let's say I'm about to watch Fast and Furious 6, and I want to remember what Fast 5 looked like. So I can either rent right there, or I can buy. Just hit that button for rent. And you can just click rent, and it'll just take out of your account or charge your card. I believe I downloaded a TV show already, but I wanted to show you that rental process. I'll show you what that TV screen looks like. And I got my TV shows right here. I'm just going to...
The Office, of course.
Click on The Office. Everybody loves The Office. There we go. And you're going to be able to see that right here in a moment. And that's all, of course, in real time, downloading from Google. So it's streaming it directly. Yeah, there you go. There we have Office. So in that scenario, again, when you're at the hotel room, you hit the hotel room, you just want to take a load off, kick your feet up, plug Shield into the HDMI port, and pick up maybe on that movie that you didn't get to finish on the plane. So
it's a good point, actually. Yeah, because all too often, you know, you're on a plane flying somewhere, you're just going to catch the tail end of some movie or the beginning, depending on what you did at the first part of your trip. But yeah, definitely.
Now all of a sudden you got to put that seat back up and put the tray tables, and then you're done, right? So, but now you can pick it up wherever you left off.
Awesome, fantastic.
You know, going back into it, well, that'll kind of kill the screen there. But another cool thing is I talked a little bit about magazines and books. Let's just use magazines as an example. You can do the same with books. You can download them, you can buy them, you can subscribe to them, and they'll bring it all onto Shield, so you can do a lot of that reading that you want to do on the plane too, if you're not a movie or TV guy. Or girl.
Yeah, or girl, yeah, of course. Everybody reads, come on.
Everybody reads, right? Okay, that's good.
Except for me, I'm not really a big fan, but you know, audiobooks for me.
Stay in school, kids.
Yeah, right. Awesome. Okay.
Yeah, so yeah, that's the movie side of it, and as I said, you know, we can make use of all these ports back here. You know, you can do the HDMI thing. You can even put your headphones on and make sure, you know, on the plane you're not bothering other people.
Right.
So I just want to do a little public service announcement. You know, if you're going to do it in the plane, put the headphones on, man.
I did play around with it a little bit, installed Voxer, and I found that, and for those who don't know, it's basically a VoIP-based communication where you can send messages. Like I game with a lot of friends of mine all around the world, and there's no way I'm going to call them long distance. So, and sometimes I won't jump into our VoIP server and talk to them there. Voxer is just an easy way to send a simple message or text or picture or anything else and get it back. And it worked fine. And like I said, I used my my iPhone headset with it, just plugged right in and worked. Of course, it's got a microphone right here, right in the center above the buttons. So even that worked fine. There was no backfeed or any issue when I was communicating. So awesome.
So you know, that's important not just for communications, but for gaming, right? If you want to do your in-game chat, you know, you can do that with the either a headset or the microphone and the speakers built in.
I meant to test that actually. Will that work simultaneously while I'm playing a PC game? Will I be able to plug that in and be able to do that?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
So I mean, you know, you're not going to be typing anything,
right?
But
right.
Yeah, you're going to be chatting.
As long as it was voice activated, it'd probably be fine, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
So
fantastic.
Yeah, that's the cool thing. And so yeah, speaking of bringing the third-party apps on board, you know, doing stuff you never really even thought Shield was going to do. That's one of the things we're trying to make sure people are aware that we're making Shield an open platform. It's not just a gaming platform. Yes, it's awesome at gaming. We are gamers as a company, and we made this for ourselves. And it's awesome at gaming. Don't get me wrong. But you know, we want to make sure that people know that developers can take Shield and do all kinds of different things that we don't even know are possible right now, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we made it open so that they can go play with it and do crazy things. We don't even know what's out there. We want to see what's out there.
Yeah, I mean, this is basically harnessing the power of your PC. So any developer out there, think of something, because I can't. You're the talented one. Make it happen. I'm really looking forward to it. I've said it before. I'll say it again. Please get on this. I can't wait to see what you guys are capable of doing with this.
PC and Android developers,
That's
right?
correct,
On either side, you know, we think there's a lot of potential. There's a lot of horsepower in this guy. So
Tegra 4.
Yeah, run with it, man. You know, and as long as we're talking about third-party stuff, you know, I know that there are a lot of you out there that are you know, in the Nintendo or the Sony ecosystems, and you know, you have your backlog of titles, right? You have all these games, old school games. Well, by the way, in Google Play, you can download an emulator that'll basically emulate those older consoles, right? Whatever it is. Yeah, old school Nintendo, Super Nintendo. You know, you got the PlayStations out there. So you know, you can access all those through downloads. You know, whether you buy it or you already own it or however you want to get it on there, and that opens up an entirely new world of gaming, right? So you got your Android, you got your PC, then you got your emulators.
Yeah, absolutely, and a controller to use them all.
Exactly, and that changes it all up, right? I mean, back in those days, we didn't have the analog joysticks, so I think it's a new twist on the old games. That's cool, right?
Awesome.
And actually, speaking of all these third-party things, I brought a cool toy with me. I brought a Parrot Ar Drone.
You brought the drone, Will.
I brought the drone. It's not the scary kind of drone. It's the fun kind of drone. But
depends on how you use it. If it's in my hands, you should probably be scared, Will.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I know. You probably mod it out and go crazy with it.
I don't know. Let's see what happens.
Yeah. So I brought it. We made sure that it would work with the controls, and it's really cool because you're actually using the joysticks, and that changes the flight mechanics, right? It feels more like, shoot, it feels like a game, except you're controlling this real life thing. So I don't know, if we got time, I'd love to show you how that works.
Yeah, actually, we're going to make time. We're going to go outside right now and play around with this drone. And we'll come back into the studio here and wrap this all up. But right now, we're going to play with the drone.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay, guys, we're outside right now in Newegg's parking lot. As you can see, there's a couple trucks and a drone and a Will. So, Will, please light this thing up. Let's get some fireworks
So we're going to
going.
use Shield. I'm going to use the controls to fly the drone. I'm just going to take it off and then use all the buttons and the joysticks to control the drone here.
Nice.
It's going to take off. It's a little windy, so let's see. All right, it's not too bad. So I'm going to use the right stick to do stuff like turning the shield, turning the drone around, and the left stick actually controls the altitude, or sorry, the pitch and the roll. So you can see I can just fly this thing around, coming
all
back
the way
to
around.
us.
Nice.
And one cool thing is actually, you know, we have got a little headwind here.
Reel her in.
We have these buttons, so we can actually do cool stuff like do a flip.
Nice.
It'll do that right mid-flight. Whoop, bring it back.
I'm a little bit reminded of Back to the Future, where Doc Brown is flying or driving that DeLorean into everything.
Into everything, yep. That's me right now. You know what? I'm just going to land this before we get into trouble.
Are we? Okay.
There we go.
Nice. Does that mean you're handing over the controls while I break
it?
it?
So you want to take a little spin?
Yeah, actually, I definitely would. Let's see. So which button is take off?
Hit take off right there.
It's on the screen.
Yep. And
the left stick is
movement. Yep.
Whoa.
And if it goes out of control, just let go. It'll auto stabilize. And if you push up on the right stick, it'll increase altitude. I would just let go.
Sorry.
Yep.
As fun as this, I can't get it to. I can't. I'm trying to offset it, and it's just going.
It's I don't know what's taking it.
Oh, this is ridiculous. Okay, now I've got it. I've got to go from the perspective of the camera. Whoa, 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 whoa. There we go.
You go.
Give me some signs.
Oh man. Oh Phil. Oh my God. Oh man.
I think I got this. There we go.
Yeah.
It sounded like whoa. I think I got this right into the car. There we go. Okay,
You are a pro, my friend.
It's so tough to you wanna, oh God. Stop!
Oh, it's okay.
Okay guys, that wraps up NVIDIA's Shield coverage right now. Thank you so much for coming in, Will. I really appreciate you.
Yeah.
NVIDIA always supporting us with nice little toys to play with and talk about, so I appreciate that.
Only the best for you guys.
All right, thank you. We will be doing an unboxing later, so I'll show you guys that, as well as the additional accessories like this case and some of the additional accessories like this tag that will be customizable. So should you decide that you want to buy more than one, you'll definitely have a way to customize it. And or bring it with you to different events so that you know which one's yours. Other than that, Will, I think I want to thank you again for bringing the drone and for having fun with us and talking about all the different things, showing the movies. It was great. If you guys like what you saw, go ahead and click the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to our video, and don't forget to go to Newegg.com and take a look at this Shield. Thanks again for watching, guys.